Darwin's evolution. They focus on what's that island called? Okay, some island. It's not Madagascar. Yeah, Galapagos Islands. Darwin's finches. All right. So what they pretty much through the years or through his study, what they found is that their beaks started changing. Some were pointy, some were short, some were curved. However, that just demonstrates where they are changing, not necessarily in its essence or its kind, but they're just adapting. So that change is adaptive, okay? So like if I put on a faja, and I don't know how to say that in English, eventually my body will morph into whatever I have on, right? So that's not making me a completely different person. That's not making me skinny. That's not making me a certain type of way. That just adapted me to whatever I have on. So these birds were adapting, but these birds, regardless of how many years can pass, these birds will never turn into dogs. These birds will never turn into a cat, right? These birds continue being the same kind, but different species. And I know species, you can get into that definition. There's many types of definitions for that. So this one guy that's constantly putting stuff, sadly he grew up in church, he's constantly putting stuff, whenever we kind of went through the whole thing, I put tons of videos on that comment thread. I eventually found out that he put it on private where nobody else can see. I was like, oh, now you want to put this stuff on private, right? But I don't know if somebody else wants to touch these other topics. But if you kind of stay on the point of, hey, those birds are changing, they're adapting to change, but those birds never change their kind. The kind never changed, all right? When they turn into monkeys, and then maybe we can discuss or debate about something, all right? But they, even regardless of what their beak looks like, they're still birds, right? They're still birds. They didn't evolve to a different kind, all right? If you look at Genesis, he made animals each to their own kind, okay? And so whenever they can somehow prove that one kind changes to another kind, and I think we have a debate, all right? And
I'll throw something in with the young earth, old earth, because that's something my mind kind of spins around a little bit. The reason that I'm personally in belief of a young earth, and I have a Bachelor of Science from just a regular college back in Australia, and the reason I believe in a young earth, Jesus said in 6 days God created the heavens and the earth, and on the seventh day he rested. I take that as meaning that God created the world in 6 days. That's me. Yeah. Someone made a comment the other day on a great feed on Facebook that I was following, and they were like, did God create Adam and Eve as babies? I don't think so, okay? Adam recognized pretty good when he saw Eve for the first time, and it seemed that he walked in the garden with the Lord, so I think that he was an adult. I'm thinking that God was well capable of creating an earth that looked like it had already been there for a bit. Now, in saying that, I wasn't there. And the book of Genesis is actually quite poetic. So did God create the earth over billions of years? Maybe. If someone put a gun to my head and said, confess that the earth is old, I'd be like, it's old! I'm not going to go to heaven. I'm not going to go to the grave for that. You'd be like, that for me, that's my conviction. I believe in a young earth. Would I go to the grave for it? Heck no. I don't believe it's that important. I believe that science is good. Science has made a lot of really good discoveries, and some of the best Christian minds believe in an old earth. So am I going to tell them they're not Christian because they believe in an old earth? No. No, I won't. And so that's my personal view on that. There's so many good resources online for that. If you want to hear about a young earth, listen to Ken Ham. He's fantastic. If you want to listen about an old earth, listen to a guy called Hugh Ross or William Lane Craig. They're both pretty good on an old earth. So, a couple of resources if you want to remember those names.